Welcome to Culture 8 podcast, where we delve into organizational culture's intricate and dynamic world. Today, we are talking with Sanjay Avasthi, founder of Velocity. Welcome to the podcast, Sanjay. Please tell us a little about Velocity.
Okay, so Velocity is a 360 financial crime solution for the any industry which involves in mass scale financial transactions. So I call it we are last line of defense before the suspicious activities gets out in the market. So
Gotcha.
that's what it does. Basically, I call it protect. It protects people. If you miss it, it's gone.
Fair enough. Thank you so much. Before diving deeply into your views and beliefs about organizational culture, I would like to ask you a question to allow our audience to get to know you. Tell us a little bit about your very first job and what was the organizational culture like?
It's a long time ago. After my graduation, I was I took a job in the construction industry. We were building a fertilizer plant in India, Uttar Pradesh, and I took the job for one reason only. It was close to my house, so I can come to my mom on weekends and enjoy the food because I missed it for 4 years. I was in college. I didn't care for that job that much. I was more interested in applying for United States, so I needed some money to for the admissions and books and all that stuff. So, job I was not interested in. I just took it for salary.
Gotcha. And I think I would consider it to be a very important job for you because it was a stepping stone to allow you to come to US and do the
Thank you.
great things that you're doing today.
I mean, the reason the job didn't pay me enough to satisfy all the demands I had on me for different exams, GMAT and TOEFL and different books I had to go. Those days there was no internet available, so we had to go library and borrow books. And so I came back, and that was my first experience with entrepreneurship. And I started a consulting company in Lucknow, India. And I believe it or not, within a year, I took the turnover from zero to close to 3.5 lakhs rupees, which satisfied all my needs for for uh, for getting admission to United States. And once I got it, I gave that company to my friend as a gift.
That is fascinating story, Sanjay. Thank you for sharing that. And for our listeners, if you're not aware of 3.5 lakhs, that's about 350,000 rupees. Back then was a lot of money for sure. Thank you, Sanjay.
Mhm.
Let's switch it a little bit and talk about the main topic over here. So, talking about organizational cultures, what are the core values that drive your company's culture and how are they reflected in everyday operations?
So I'll go back to I love the example of sports teams, uh, either football or a basketball. Let's say 1990 Chicago Bulls. I think everybody knows the greatest team of all time, and everybody had a role to play in that. The leader of the pack was Phil Jackson. I mean, he's a coach. Then the Michael Jordan, the Scotties, and but everybody has a role to play, and when they play the role to perfection, you win championships. There's not a one person can make the organization go uh, forward. You have to have a winning culture in the team. So I drive the winning culture across the board. Even the employee in India who's a simple quality analyst or quality assurance, or my sales team, business development team, marketing team, everybody understand the vision which I lay out for the company. And that's what I always thrive on. I say, do you understand the vision? Can I explain in very simple terms what the vision is? And when the vision is understood at a tactical level, people work as a team, and that becomes a winning culture. That's what I believe in. And you don't follow the vision after I explained to you 1,000 times. There's a problem. We need to fix that problem.
Indeed, and rightly said. And I appreciate the fact that you understand the leader's role to bring the vision to the organization. So thank you for sharing. Uh, can you share a quick example of a recent cultural initiative and the impact it had in your organization?
So it's just recently we did a happy hour. That was 2 weeks ago, and I invited everybody, the leadership team, and was meeting on Friday at like 4 o'clock, 4 to 5. Everybody was supposed to drink and enjoy, and that was my objective was to remove the fear of titles and bosses, and you can speak very freely about anything, which is, it could be a family issue, it could be children, could be parents, could be work related, could be anything. Just talk, and that, now we are doing it a bigger scale now. And in today's day and age, my company is located all over the world, so it's very difficult to meet physically face to face. But these technology advances have enabled us to do that very clearly, and we're going to do more and more. And as a matter of fact, today we had a huddle with India team, which got canceled because of bad weather in the
Yeah.
East Coast, and a lot of people didn't have power and Wi-Fi issues. So I canceled, but it's going to be again next Friday at 10:30. We're going to meet all 120 people in the organization on a FaceTime. So just removing the fear so they can talk.
That is fantabulous, Sanjay. In fact, the recent book that I'm reading on reinvent organizations, where I talk about teal organizations, fear is one of the biggest concerns that they believe that impacts the way organizations function today. Of course, they are living in that world, but it's the evolutionary part that we are supposed to be
I,
moving
you know,
towards.
that's so well said. So I go back to again Chicago Bulls. Okay, my favorite team. Uh, yeah, 1996, 1997 championship, and Michael passed the ball to Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr is the bench player, and Steve Kerr made the winning basket. So think about it: the lowest level player getting a pass from the greatest player of all time to make the basket to win the championship. So everybody is the and Michael congratulated Steve. It's a great team. So that's removing a fear. That's removing fear. Oh, I'm talking to Michael. Oh my God, well, what's he going to do? No, I'm talking to Sanjay today. Well, what's going to happen? Nothing. And just like a person like you are, everybody is safe. That's why I
Beautifully
don't have a
put.
title in my company. If you look at my LinkedIn profile, it says leader on it. It doesn't say CEO or a CEO, none of that stuff. I don't believe in that.
Beautifully put. And that is the true thing. It's to how do we and I'm going to go back to the way that you talked about the huddle, and this is not just one leader that I've spoken to and who've talked about the fact that they bring their team together and they discuss not just necessarily work, because what they're trying to do is to bring the wholeness of people together, and that's what we are people, we are humans first and then anything else. So
Correct.
thank you. um Moving on to a little bit of a different topic in terms of what is one major challenge you faced regarding organizational culture, and how did you overcome it?
So again, it's putting it together, the vision again. Like I laid the whole vision out. Company's vision was laid out by me. What I wrote everything in it, and I constantly keep looking at it and keep changing it. And I get the team together and I ask their input into it, right? Whether you're a simple programmer or a machine learning guy or AI guy or sales or marketing team, whatever that is, right? Guys, what do you think? How do we make this vision into reality? I always say that, like, everybody, the vision is something which is cannot be touched, the product, and then you got to turn that into a reality of a product which customer really wants. So start with the idea and turning into actionable something stuff, and that's what the biggest challenge for me, to people, give them that hope that we can take this idea and turn it into a reality product. Like I invented a uh, I'm a big believer in innovation, okay, and I drive the innovation to the team as well. I said, okay guys, what do you think about this idea? What if we could do this, no human touches involved? What are you talking about? Okay, let's just talk about it. It sounds crazy, it's possible. So we just got done inventing a massive product. It's going to come on the market in 2025 first quarter, and it's an analyst role, it's a banking analyst. And I won't talk too much about it because I want to keep it secret. But it's going to eliminate the human touches. So it'll be your first robotic analyst in the banking industry. So
Gotcha.
the winning culture, the removing the fear drives innovation. You're
Indeed.
willing to take a risk because it costs money. It's resource, right?
Yes.
But if you remove the fear, and, and they create a winning culture, it will drive the innovation. Now, take example of Apple, one of the biggest brand in the industry. Steve Jobs, he died, in 2009, I think. Uh, he was a big believer in innovation, and he reinvented the whole telephone industry and the music industry and the entertainment industry. He disrupted the whole market. But what happened after he died? Has Apple done anything to the iPhone after that? It's bigger, smaller, bigger camera, nothing crazy, right? So the Steve Jobs was driving the innovation. Team was listening to him, but now the new CEO is not an innovative guy. He's a more supply chain guy. So he finds the factories in China or India or how to reduce the cost, but he forgot that Apple's brand was innovation. It's missing that right now. And I try to drive the innovation in my company all the time. What you're doing today, tomorrow is going to be obsolete. This is technology information age, very fast. Okay, if you don't do it, somebody else will. So you better get on the line, or guess what? You're gonna be out of business in no time.
Indeed. And I love the fact that you said you drive the company through the vision, and then you're also open to the fact that the vision is a dynamic entity. It may change based on new complexities. And I believe that's probably what you're helping, or to, when you include your team members to talk about the vision and how to get to set the goals and how to achieve those visions and goals. I think that's pretty powerful as an organization strategy.
Thank you.
Um, what is one trend you see shaping the future of organization cultures?
I'll go back to same thing. To have an innovative organization, you need to drive the winning culture, remove the fear, remove the boundaries, right? Treat people like they're your family members. They gotta care for them. You gotta really care for them, and genuine care, authentic care, not fake ones. Okay. I mean, I give example. My team was in Las Vegas this week, attending a ACAM conference, and very successful at that. And then my head of sales, they had a bad weather, right? There was bad weather, and they all flew from Vegas to Atlanta, or my CIO flew from Vegas to Charlotte, and he went uh, and he called me yesterday, and first thing I asked is, how's the family? How was the flight? I didn't ask how was the conference was. I didn't even care at that time. His mother-in-law is sick, so I asked about her. Vineet came here, and I looked at him. He looked so tired. He was so tired. The guy took a red-eye flight. So I took him to dinner with me. And 8 o'clock, I came back and I pushed him to bedroom. I said, "Go, just get up, go to sleep, and sleep as long as you can. When you wake up, we'll talk." So he's still sleeping right now, as a matter of fact.
That
So
is
showing a
fantastic.
genuine care matters. Just like you teach your children, your parents, or family, well, authentic love matters, and they see right through it. You see, I've seen bosses in my life. I've been working for 30+ years, right? So I've seen bosses who are not authentic, and you can see right through.
You can
Bosses
really
who are
see right
authentic,
through.
you can see right through it too. It matters, and
Indeed.
the EQ, that the whole emotional intelligence, which I talk about a lot in a leadership. If people believe in you, believe in your vision, they can do a lot more than they're capable of. That's the test of leadership. If the guy can do a lot more than they're capable of, and I'll give you an example in my organization. I had a girl, and 3 years ago, I think 3 years ago, and now she is doing phenomenal stuff. Things she could not even dream of doing. Now she's doing it. I mentored her for the last 6 months, and she just took off like a rocket ship. And she's like my daughter's age, if I had a daughter. And she loves it. She says, I can text her, call her anytime, and she'll pick up the phone and just talk about anything she wants to talk about.
That is beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Really believing in your people, really supporting your people and growing your people. And we all
People,
know conferences, they can be very tiring.
I mean, Vegas is a long distance flight going
It
from East
is.
Coast to the West Coast. Plus, you're sitting in a conference all day long. You're walking around. You're talking to people nonstop. Then at dinner time, you go have dinner, you have drinks, and you do it again for three days in a row. That's tiring.
Yeah, it is. It is. All right, so I think you've given us a lot of advice as we talked as well. But however, I would like to ask you for something different, if that's something that you haven't already talked about. What is one piece of advice you'd give leaders about fostering a positive organizational culture?
First thing, you gotta set the organization. I mean, I'm the founder of the company. I've done every recruiting in my. I never give an ad in the paper or internet, nothing. I go if I find a talent, I'll go after it, and I'll convince the person to come join my organization. So I have not given any ad except India will give ads. In US team, every person is hired by me in this organization, and I know their family. I know where they live. I know what they like, what kind of drink they like, what kind of food they eat. Everything I know about them, and that makes a bond, and that creates again positive culture, division. Tie that winning culture. You tie all that together, you get a winning team. And you
Beautiful.
produce leaders at every part of the organization.
That is beautiful. That is indeed beautiful. All right, thank you so much. Let's do a little bit of rapid fire questions. What book do you recommend the most?
Bhagavad Gita are the deal. EQ2.
That is beautiful. I'm actually a big fan of Bhagavad Gita as well. And I read a different book on emotional intelligence, and that's by Daniel Goleman. But
I recently I found all the Bhagavad Gita's chapters on YouTube, and I'm a runner. I run an hour a day sometime, So I go put on the Bhagavad Gita chapters, and I just listen to it, and I run. And you won't believe it. Till March, I did not run in my life. And my mom's death happened in February, and that was a very bad time for me. And then I resorted to Gita again to get some answers out of my life, what was going through my life at that time. And Gita again guided me through a lot of things, and it still does. I can get answers out of Gita which I cannot find anywhere else, any other book, and they are there. Plus, I negotiate, so I read out the deal. Trump is the best negotiator on the world. So I read that and I get ideas how to make deals.
right, and I'm sorry to hear about your mom. And very powerful story, Sanjay. Thank you for sharing with us. And that shows the kind of vulnerability that you bring to the table in front of people as well. Thank you. Um, Tell us something that would be surprising to learn about you.
I'm a very emotional guy. I cry so easily. I get teary listening to people's stories and you know, and if I get emotional, I can cry right now, but I won't.
Thank you. Thank you. How can our listeners connect with you?
Oh, so I'm on LinkedIn, easily discoverable. Um, I'm on X, very active. I'm on Facebook. The Facebook is secure, so people probably can't find me there because I don't post a lot of stuff and a lot of pictures of my family is there, and I don't want people to go look at it. Of course, you can Google my name and you can find everything about me. The phone numbers, email addresses, I think where I live. There's not much hidden about me.
Thank you, Sanjay. It was an honor to have you on the podcast today. And there you have it, folks. Another great episode with Sanjay from Velocity. Thank you so much, Sanjay.
Thank you, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.